Well, hello there. Tom Green coming back at you with some XD goodness. And today's goodness is creating a parallax effect with XD. Though parallax effects are a common UI UX design technique, you need to understand it is not true parallax. I call it pseudo-parallax simply because XD is incapable of creating the real thing. So what am I getting at? Parallax is the difference in position of an object viewed along different lines of sight. And you can see it here. As the plane is moving down the runway, the edge of the runway seems to move at a different speed than the grass in the midground, which moves at a different speed than the clouds in the sky in the background. Those three items, the runway, the grass, and the clouds, don't move. It is the camera inside the plane that moves, and it provides what is called that different line of sight. You may notice that I'm starting to use a word here, speed. Speed is calculated as distance divided by time, and this is the key to creating a pseudo-parallax effect in XD. We can control the distance, we can control the time. To speed things up, you simply move something a long distance in a very short time. To slow them down, move something a short distance over a long time. Using pixels as our distance measurement, we can see that something that moves 900 pixels in 3 seconds has a speed of approximately 300 pixels per second. So let's see how to apply this simple equation in XD. In this example, I have taken a single image and cut out the foreground, midground, and background and added them to layers in Photoshop. To work the math, I'm going to use 700 pixels as the distance value and 3 seconds for the time value. Now, because everything's going to be starting here and ending here, I'm going to use the end artboard, and I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to select the foreground image, and I'm going to move it minus 700 pixels on the x-axis. So minus 700. And then I'm going to select the mid image, and what I'm going to do now is just divide everything in half. So this one will be minus 350. And of course, going to select the sky, and I'm going to move it minus 175. So what I've set here is the distance variable. The time, which we need, 3 seconds, is set in prototype mode. So I'm going to select prototype mode. I'm going to select the start artboard, and I'm just going to drag a wire from the start artboard to the end artboard. We're going to use the tap automate. We're going to go to the end. I've used no easing here simply to have the animation basically move at a constant speed, and there's our time variable right there, 3 seconds. Now let's go back. So we're going to select the end artboard, and we'll just drag a wire back, and let's give it a test. So I click the artboard, and there's the parallax in play. And if we back the car up, or if we move forward, so there you go, creating parallax in XD. Just use different distances and a constant time. You also saw how that equation, speed equals distance divided by time, can come to life. So there you have it, a simple calculation you can use should you be exploring the use of parallax in your UX design efforts.